All right, welcome to another episode here of the Alamo City Sportscast. I'm your host here, Joe Garcia. Today we're going to be joined by a special in-studio guest. It's going to be the one and only Rudy Campos Jr., host of Sweep the League. He's going to be joining us to talk everything that has to do with the NFL season kicking off today. And I'm surprised that Rudy's not wearing a hat or something from your team.
It's Thursday, Joe. I'm working. I got a job, and I gotta be dressed professional for my job. I can't do the Falcons jersey or anything that today.
That's like at least a hat or something, man.
No, I gotta look good. I gotta look cute. Remember, I gotta look effing cute.
Effing cute. Yeah,
I'm trying to look effing cute for everybody out there.
Hey, what's up, Tim? I saw your tweet out there, man. You're all high on the Blue Devils over there, man.
I said Riley Leonard. I said he was going to upset Clemson. It happened. So, I mean, as much as I hate Duke, I have to give him credit where credit's due.
Yeah, and then you got UT coming up here, going to be playing Alabama. So we'll probably get into some of that talk on Friday here, right before the weekend of college football. But, man, I got to tell you, man, we got to get into this right away before we start getting into the NFL talk.
A lot of football
talk, but it's all about those motherfucking Astros, bro.
The Lastros? Is that what it is? I've heard people say Lastros.
What's going on with the freaking Rangers, man? I mean, you're looking at what's happened across this 3-game series, right?
Yeah.
They started on Monday against the Rangers.
Yeah.
And another ass whipping, man, yesterday, 12-3, bro. Like what happened with the Rangers? They just choked their lead away, man. The Mariners came and they were in sole possession of the AL West.
Then they went to Cincinnati.
And
former home of Rudy Campos for 2 years. So, yeah.
So Cincinnati went ahead and gave them a couple L's.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have the Houston Astros who got hot. Real hot, red hot, with their bats, dude. I mean, they just hitting home runs left and right.
Altuve was a 3 home run game the other night.
Altuve had 4 home runs at 5 at bats the other day.
Yeah,
I'm like, Jesus, man.
And I said it when a couple of shows back. I remember saying in September the Rangers and Astros are playing. That is a critical series that would determine what happens in this division. Look what happened. Astros swept the Rangers. Mariners went into Cincinnati. They had trouble with Cincinnati. Astros are in first. Rangers are on that bubble, and pretty much I think they're going to be out. I think they're done for the season when it comes to the Rangers. I think it's going to be Mariners and Astros getting in. Rangers are probably going to be on the outside looking in. But this is that critical series that I talked about.
And here you go with the AL West standings as of this morning. Astros in sole control of the AL West, man, followed closely by Seattle. I think that's really going to be your race there, Houston and Seattle. The Rangers are pretty much tanking hard at this point, man. They're just going down in flames.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Joe, if we can bring up the schedule for the Astros real quick, they still have a series with the Mariners, so it's not over. They part 1 is done. Beat the Rangers. You did that already. And I think they even have another series of the Rangers. I got to look at the schedule again. But these series are very, very critical. Very, very critical. Because if they have another with the Mariners, they take that series, it makes the lead even bigger. They go against the Rangers again. If they have that series again, it gets bigger. But that was the first part. You've got to take care of business. They took care of the Rangers. Why the hell am I seeing this comment here? I am still shocked that Rudy Campos said something nice about Riley Leonard. I almost fell out of my bed when I saw that. I told you, Tim, I'm giving credit where credit's due. It's not Duke basketball. It's Duke football. So I give a little more credit to the football team. But, I mean, they were going to shock Clemson, and I picked them to win. The only thing I lost this weekend was UTSA.
Oh, man. UTSA shit the bed against the Houston, dude. Houston Cougars.
It was a tough game. It makes that Tennessee game that much more critical now. It makes it that much bigger.
Well, first they got to get past the red hot Texas State Bobcats.
Red
over
hot.
Here, man.
Did you really? You? I think you used red hot. Wrong sentence here. It's not red hot. You're talking about a Texas State team, and let's not forget Baylor lost to UTSA as well when UTSA was still young and coming up. The Texas State Bobcats beat, the Baylor Bears. Baylor's not what it used to be.
They're powerhouse, man.
They're not a powerhouse. The medical field, they're a powerhouse. They're not what they used to be anymore.
No, they're not, dude.
Don't really get over the Texas
Hey,
State
man,
shit.
they've been pumping them up, dude, all week. That's all I've been hearing. Texas State coming in hot, gonna upset UTSA. We're gonna find out on Saturday when they play at their home opener in front of the whole. It's almost a sold out crowd now over in the Alamo Dome.
They opened up that upper
third level.
Yeah,
300.
Yeah. So hey, you know what? Pack the dome. Why not? I mean, it may as well.
I've been
shit to do this weekend.
I've been telling people, man, you don't even have to buy a ticket. If you're gonna go and you just want to, take in the libations, over there in the parking lot with the tailgates.
Yeah, I remember those days.
You're not gonna make it to the damn game. I promise you. Especially if you get there early, you're gonna be done before you even set foot in the Alamo Dome, dude. You're gonna be done, but before you even get there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're with the tailgating crew out there,
all the food, man,
all the food,
Jesus Christ,
the people, the fans, the whole thing, dude. You're just not gonna make it. I brought seats before and I didn't make it to the game, dude.
Yeah, I remember when I was covering UTSA games, and I would get asked, "Hey, grab a beer. Hey, let's do it. Hey," I'm like, man, no way. I want to, but I can't. I'll be in the booth all, pedo and shit. And I can't do that. I can't do that.
Or like my cousin says, "Mas mamao la verga."
Yeah. Chris Gonzalez, Red Hot Bobcat Joe, you are hanging with Jimenez way too much. I think you are, Joe.
No, man. I'm making fun, dude. I'm not really serious about that. I'm saying that's what the way the media has been spinning it all week. The Red Hot Bobcats,
Red Hot Bobcats. I mean, they the last time they were anything was in that movie Necessary Roughness.
Oh, true that.
That's it. After that, I mean, they get one win. Everybody's overreacting to one win
against
one win.
A Baylor team, like you said, who wasn't what they used to be.
No, Baylor. It's not the old Baylor team. I mean, Central Catholic can go in there and beat Baylor probably right now. I mean, it's Baylor. Sorry to any Baylor fans out there, but not sorry. I mean, it's Baylor, dude. So,
God.
But as far as the baseball goes, Astros are in control. Baltimore, they still are that team to beat, but that's not bullshit, man. The Astros are the team to beat in the AL. There's no one else. They're getting on the roll. When they get on the road towards the end of the season, then that's that unstoppable machine that you see going into the World Series.
Yeah, man. And Altuve's playing at a really high level right now.
I mean,
and how tall is that dude, man? He's like 5'1", 5'2".
He's like that.
On a good day.
He's like that.
That son of a bitch can hit that fucking ball, bro.
Yeah.
He just gets up there and he just knocks it out the park.
When you open his front door, it probably has the yellow brick road.
No
there.
shit.
So it's probably a yellow brick, flooring in his house. He's a little short guy.
I still remember Chris Duell going crazy back in the studios, screaming, "Jose Altuve!" I still remember that. I still can hear it in my ears, man.
He's the guy. He's the leader. I mean, I don't care if you're having wiretapped, if you're banging trash cans, whatever. I mean, he's the leader of the Astros, and for rightly so. I mean, he's a good guy. He really
You're looking
is.
for a Halloween costume?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
You're looking for a Halloween costume this Halloween? Maybe go to a party dressed as a trash can, bro.
Yeah. My wife was an Astros fan. My wife was the Astros, so I go as the trash can. She goes as
the bat.
She has an Altuve jersey.
Oh, there you go. Hey,
I go, hey babe, can you put a wire underneath there and grab a can and just hit the can all day? I mean, we could probably do that. So Chris is saying he's 5 feet tall, 6 feet with the afro. Probably so. I think that's like I say. People go, "How tall are you?" Well, I'm between 4'9" and 6'10", depending on what convenience store I walk into. That's what I tell everybody. That's probably the same thing for Altuve as well.
Man, Altuve's got a lot of power, though. Every time he gets up there on that plate, knocks that ball out the damn field, man.
Yeah, for a little guy.
For a little guy,
he's got some pretty good power.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the end of the baseball season coming up to, and the Astros are hot. They're getting hot at the right time. I think we're done with the Rangers. They may squeak in, maybe, but this series was very critical for the Rangers. If they would have beaten the Astros, at least 2 out of the 3, different story, man. Different story.
Okay, so we're starting to getting into our NFL talk here, since
everybody's here for NFL.
The kickoff of the NFL season today.
Everybody's here for
and
NFL.
We have the freaking lowly Detroit Lions going up against the powerhouse that is Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. My homie's my homie, man.
My homies, everybody's my homies. Now, we're gonna get into some pick'ems. So everybody out there, if you want to comment your pick'ems. If you got, you got winners, you got upsets, you got whatever, give us your picks so that way Joe and I can read them on the air. Twitter, you can go and follow Joe on Twitter. It's at Two Shots Podcast. At me, it's at Sweep the League. I went blank for a second. I was like, what the hell? Where's my Twitter? I've only been on
What's
Twitter.
my Twitter handle?
I've been on Twitter and X and all that other shit. It's all Sweep the League. But this is NFL talk. If you got fantasy questions, give me your fantasy questions. I've done a fantasy show with Brandon Medina's Fantasy Gods every Sunday. So give me some fantasy questions. Tim Gonzalez, I'm not excited about NFL. Why not? It's NFL and it's
NFL
college
season.
It's college football. I'm hoping this Sunday I'm able to be drinking my case of beer that Chris Leha owes me after Saturday. So
he said he was going to enjoy the beer. You're going to have to buy him.
If I remember correctly, I think Bama is like 2-7 against Texas, and the only 2 wins are when their starting QB goes down. Colt McCoy and Ewers last year. So it's on my side. It's on my side. I'm surprised Chris isn't in here yet, but he's probably getting ready to come in here to bash me for not wearing a Falcons jersey.
Where's Chris Leha, man? I hope he's doing good, dude. I hope he didn't get encased in the concrete. He fell in there.
No. Hopefully not. But we're going to go with the Lions and Chiefs here. Okay. We're going to start with game 1 tonight. Lions, Chiefs. We still don't know yet about Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Still don't have the news yet. I'm waiting for the news because he's on my fantasy team. But not only that, the Chiefs are without Chris Jones, defensive tackle Chris Jones. That is huge, Joe. And I love Patrick Mahomes. He's going to be, obviously, Mahomes is going to Mahomes. He's going to be Mahomey and all that other great stuff. But without Chris Jones, it's going to be a long night for the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to deal with Jamar Gibbs. You got to deal with St. Brown. You got, Sam Laporta there now as well. Jared Goff has been playing unbelievable in Detroit. I'm seeing the Lions going into Arrowhead and getting the W, Joe.
Man, don't give Derek Gervin more fuel for his fire, man. He was already saying that his team was going to go to the playoffs this season, bro.
We're going to talk later on. We're going to talk about who we got surprises. I got a really good surprise for everybody here, but I'm taking the Lions tonight against the Chiefs. It's going to be a high scoring game, but give me the Lions to upset the Chiefs on ring night, technically, because you're talking about Super Bowl win last year for the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think defensive tackle, the Chris Jones missing, and if it's going to be even more evident if Travis Kelce's down. If he doesn't play tonight, what do they do? Mahomes can get it anywhere.
I'm gonna be honest, Rudy. I don't think he's gonna play, man.
I need him to play, but
I know you do, but I don't think he is. I'm gonna be honest with you. They haven't said anything. They've been keeping it under wraps, and I don't think they're gonna say anything until like maybe an hour before game time. Oh, he's not gonna play after all.
Yeah, it's game time. Yeah. Game time decision. It's a game time decision. But nonetheless, even if he does play, I don't feel he's gonna be healthy. So he's probably not gonna get a whole lot of snaps in there. Give me the Lions, Joe. I'm taking the Lions in this game. Who are you taking? Are you staying with Mahomes?
I'm going to say Mahomey's my homie, man.
So he's taking the Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs, bro.
It's a Chiefs kiss for Joe Garcia. Now, we're going into the Sunday games. Sunday games, it starts off with a banger. Because why? Because America's truest darlings, the Atlanta Falcons, are hosting the Carolina Panthers. Now,
I don't know. They're the darlings, man.
They're the darlings because they are the bridesmaid. Obviously Buffalo Bills are probably the bridesmaid, but it's the Falcons. It's my team. It's Mr. Falcon, Tommy Novus, San Antonio's own. Rest in peace, Mr. Falcon. We can go on and on about the greatness that is Atlanta, and they're choking in the Super Bowl, but they're playing against the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, you've got Bryce Young there. You got a very young team. Miles Sanders is there. Carolina's on the up and coming. I'm taking the Falcons for obvious reasons. Bijan Robinson going to have a good day. I think Desmond Ridder is going to try to get off to a great start. I don't see him doing really well. It's going to be the Bijan show. Give me the Falcons for the win. But on a fantasy standpoint, I do like Miles Sanders for Carolina to put up some pretty decent numbers. He'd be the only Panther I would take this week.
What about Bryce Young? You don't believe in Bryce Young?
I don't believe in any Alabama quarterback. No quarterback out of Alabama has done shit in the NFL. AJ McCarron is probably your best Alabama quarterback.
What do you want the Carolina Panthers to do? Start the Red Rocket there? Andy Dalton?
Whatever. They ain't getting the win. They're not getting the win against the Falcons. Give me the Falcons this week over the Panthers. Where are you going with that one?
Man, these are both teams that I really don't give a shit about them, be honest with you. But a Panther will eat a bird. So I got to go with the Panthers.
You're just taking upsets.
I'm going with the Panthers.
You're going the upset route. I don't know about that, man. I don't know.
Panthers over the Falcons.
See, and Chris makes a bold statement there and a factual statement. Patrick is 5-0 opening week, and he's going 6-0. That was a very, 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 very factual thing that I had to work with, and I get it. Patrick's he has like 0 interceptions on week 1. I mean, the guy doesn't throw a pick on week 1. And again, Jalen Hurts, yes, Alabama, but that was around the time that Tua was there too. Jalen Hurts wasn't getting a whole lot there. But but Hurts was also at OU too. So, I mean, a true Bama quarterback that come out of Bama to the NFL. AJ McCarron was like the only good one that was a true Bama quarterback coming out. But I get what Chris is saying. But again, back to the 5-0 part, it's Detroit, man. I think they're going to come in. They're going to make some noise tonight. That's why I'm taking the Lions. I could be wrong. I can't make any more bets, Chris. I'd bet you on that one too, but I've got too many bets going this weekend, and I just want to enjoy my case of beer from Leha when it comes to Sunday. We've got Ravens and Texans, Joe. We're going to the wire. Baltimore.
Oh man, this one it's on paper. It looks like, damn, this is going to be a really good game.
In what way? What are we talking about?
I'm talking about defenses. I'm like, from a defensive standpoint, I think that the Texans and Ravens, they're gonna have a good game. It's gonna be going toe to toe.
Yeah.
I don't expect a really high scoring game, but the difference maker has to be the QB play. I mean, come on, man. I mean, when you're looking at the quarterbacks, you got Lamar Jackson against
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud, dude. I'm just like,
I will say this. The Lamar's going to have a field day. He's going to, I'm expecting Odell Beckham to get a touchdown pass. I'm expecting Zay Flowers to get a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins will get in the end zone. Mark Andrews should be in the end zone as well. So we're talking 28, maybe 35 points for the Ravens. The Texans defense is good, but it's not great. It's not there yet. It's on the rise. DeMeco Ryan is going to do a hell of a lot better than any coach they've had there for a while. It's going to take a little while for CJ to get going. I don't see the Texans doing a whole lot this game. I'm taking the Ravens. Obviously, I'm riding the Baltimore train on this one.
I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens as well. I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, but I think that the Ravens are just going to be dominant.
They don't want to be the second-best team behind the Orioles. They want to go off to a good start in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think, it's not going to be very high-scoring, like maybe in the 30s or something like that, but I think the Ravens are going to have a dominant performance over the Texans, man, unfortunately, for Texans fans.
Yeah, and I can see 35, 38, 17. That's what I think it's just going to be a really, Baltimore's just going to take it to them. They're going to make it known. The Battle of Ohio, man.
Oh, God.
Browns and Bengals. Now, people are buying this Brown bullshit. And I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about the Dookie or anything like that. Shout out to Duke. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that Brown. What has Brown done for you? Not much lately.
Well, you don't believe in Deshaun?
Well, I'm just gonna say this. Everybody in Cleveland is hoping for that happy ending. And they're not gonna get it this week. They're gonna get it.
Only you could use it.
They're not gonna get it yet. They're not gonna get it this week. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get to that moment, to that happy ending.
You got to pay extra for that, bro.
You got to pay extra for that. This weekend, they're gonna have to pay a lot extra. Give me the Bengals, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. That entire offense is going to go into Cleveland, and they're going to shut it down like cops do on, those illegal massage places. They're going to go into Cleveland and shut it down.
They're going to shut down that the Cleveland Browns, like they shut down that Asian massage parlor just around the corner from me, man.
You got one around the corner from you?
Yeah, man. They raided that sucker like a couple years ago. Came
Oh,
out on the
wow.
news, man.
I don't.
Maybe Deshaun stopped by for a visit.
It could have been.
Could have been. Scared everybody.
Could have been. I was gonna say something, but I don't know if I can. We'll keep it as clean as possible.
Hey,
man.
but I'm picking the Cincinnati Bengals as well. I think Joey Burrow here is just going to be better than Deshaun, and I think the Bengals are just a better team.
Yeah.
Overall, when you look at the weapons that they have from an offensive standpoint, both on offense and defense, I think they're a very well-balanced team on both ends, and they got a good secondary as well.
Yeah.
So I think, in fact, I'm going to go and I'm going to make a bold statement right now. You can go write this down, record it, whatever you want. I'm picking the Cincinnati Bengals to be one of these dark horse teams that can sneakily fly under the radar and be that team that could possibly win it all, win the Super Bowl. I think they can go toe-to-toe with Kansas City, man. I think they can best Kansas City if they meet them in the playoffs.
They proved it before.
Yeah.
They've already proved it before. They can beat Kansas City.
And I think if they can do that, they can make it to the Super Bowl and they can win the damn thing.
So you're actually taking the Bengals to be Super Bowl champs.
I am. I'm going to say they're a dark horse to me, dude. That they can really be that team that sneakily gets in there and just makes it to the Super Bowl and wins it all.
We're gonna visit all that here at the end of the show. We're gonna give our Super Bowl picks. We're gonna give our dark horse teams, sleepers, everything like that. And let's not be real, Joe. There's already two Chubbs in Cleveland. You got Nick Chubb and you got Deshaun. They're gonna put up numbers. This is gonna be a high
Jimenez is
story.
somewhere laughing at you right now, dude.
Probably so. Probably
because his horny meter is always on 1,000.
Yeah, well, if you're on Twitter or X, you can find that out very easily. But the Battle of Ohio, it's going to go to Bengals this time. Deshaun had no problem rising to the occasion, behind the scenes, but on the field, I think it's going to be a tough game for him to actually come through. It's going to be a lot of Nick Chubb this weekend. So give me the Bengals. We're moving on, man. It's going to be Jacksonville going into Indianapolis.
Yeah, and before we go ahead and do that, let me go ahead and play an ad read here.
Yeah, give us
from our boy over here at Locked on Spurs. Locked on Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked on Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked on Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, make sure you go and follow our boy Jeff Garcia at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. And make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. You just go over there and you can go and check out the replay of the Locked on Spurs podcast and go and support our boy, Jeff Garcia.
Yeah. We can find Joe and myself on Locked on Spurs.
Oh, yeah. We're frequent, man. As well as Jimenez, he comes out frequently as well.
Yeah. Jeff has us all on that show. It's a good show. He does a great job. Locked on Spurs. Subscribe to it on YouTube and check it out, man.
So let's get back to talking about the Jaguars again. There's another team that I think is going to be very good this season. Trevor Lawrence. I'm a believer, man. I'm a believer.
I'm starting to believe in Trevor a little bit more. So I'm thinking that they are my definite not locked in, but they're one of my dark horses for the Super Bowl. Talking on other podcasts for NFL Talk, I pick the Jaguars all the time, saying that's my dark horse team. I just got to see Trevor take that next step. The defense it's stout. I love the defense. They got a really good offensive line. They've got a really good running back in ETN. They're adding Calvin Ridley. So there's really no excuse, unless he plays for the Cowboys, there's no excuse for Trevor Lawrence to really be unsuccessful this year.
I think this might be the year he breaks through, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Jaguars are my legit AFC dark horse team to go, to be a representative in the Super Bowl.
I think so, man.
Dark horse.
They caught fire last season, dude. I mean, this team if they can only build upon that this coming season, and they already have some experience.
Yeah.
I mean, sky's the limit for him as long as they all remain healthy.
Trevor's won before.
He's won.
But I think it's, and Joshua Jimenez is right. That's just what I said. Getting Calvin Ridley is massive because now you don't have to rely on Christian Kirk to be that guy. Christian Kirk can be Christian Kirk, and that makes him even more deadlier for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But what the problem is, Trevor's got to take that next step, but Travis Etienne needs to stay healthy. He's got to stay healthy there. And that's where I'm feeling, okay, that's the reason why they're my dark horse. That's where I've got them saying, okay, if they can stay healthy, they can make some real noise. And this week, it's the Indianapolis Colts. It's Anthony Richardson. The Colts are in shambles. Just relocate that damn team if they're going to be this bad.
Who do they have left, dude?
Michael Pittman he's their main receiver, wide receiver one. But, I mean, you don't have a guy that I don't think can get him the ball, Richardson. The media is hyping Anthony Richardson to be something he definitely is not. He's not that guy. So, the only other person the media pushes down our throats is LeBron James.
Oh God!
Yeah, but Richardson is not LeBron James.
Who do the Colts have as their QB? Is it Sam Ellinger?
Anthony Richardson.
Okay, Anthony Richardson.
The rookie. They're starting Anthony Richardson.
There it is. Yeah.
Anthony
Richardson.
Jonathan Taylor's not going to be over the first 4 games.
Yeah.
So who the hell do they have? I mean, you're going in with practically nobody. So. Give me the Jaguars. They should roll over this team in the first, 5 or 6 snaps. It should be just done. Completely done. What do we got next? We got the Vikings and I can't remember this.
Tampa Bay
and the Vikings. Okay. Post Tom Brady era. You have Rashad White taking over for Leonard Fournette. You have Baker Mayfield taking over Tom Brady. Baker.
Hey, man, that's Jonas's boy right there. Jonas Clark, my boy, Jonas Clark.
You've got Mike Evans, a pissed off Mike Evans because no deal was made. And defense is it's You're going into Minnesota, man. I mean, Kirk Cousins, how do you like that? Mr. How do you like that? Kirk Cousins has Justin Jefferson, added Jordan Addison. Alexander Mattison is a complete beast. TJ Hawkinson just got that new deal, so TJ is going to be, even better there. It's all Vikings, man. It's all Vikings. Brandon Medina is happy. I'm taking the Vikings this week.
Got any players from the Vikings on your fantasy
I have Justin Jefferson.
I
got a lot. I got Jordan Addison, Justin Jefferson, Kirk Cousins. I own Kirk Cousins in one of the leagues.
I got Kirk Cousins as one of my QBs.
Yeah. So I bought a lot of shares into the Vikings. So who said Buccaneers will win 3 games this season?
Tim Gonzalez.
Tim, I agree. I think that's actually, right around there. I have them winning probably around 3 games or 4 games.
How many games before you think they pull Baker, man?
Oh God. I think they actually roll with him the whole year.
God, man.
Yeah. The Tampa Bay the T in Tampa is gonna stand for tank. They're gonna get
they're gonna be taken.
They need Drake May. They need, Caleb Williams. They need somebody there to build around as far as their quarterback goes. So the T in Tampa will be for Tank Bay. Buccaneers definitely going to be a bad.
Look at this comment here from Joshua Jimenez.
It says Travis Etienne Jr. is going to be a great back. How bad we think Houston is going to lose to the Ravens. This fan thinks Texans shocked the world, but that's fan talk. Hey, I have no problem with fan talk.
Yeah,
believe
in your team.
I expect the Falcons to win the Super Bowl. I'll say it out loud. They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Oh Lord.
In Madden. I mean, they're not going to win any other. Well, I was going to have it on very easy and all that, but. Support your team. You think the Texans are going to upset the Ravens? By all means, give me the reason why you feel the Texans upset the Ravens. It could happen. I mean, shit. There's a lot of shit that has happened before. I mean, it's football. That's why they play the games. Why do you think the Texans will do it? But I've got the Ravens, unfortunately. But Vikings and Buccaneers, Joe, we got to go quick. Well, what do you got? Vikings or Bucks?
Vikings, man. Dominant performance by the Vikings.
Yeah, easily. What do we got next here?
This to me is the game of the week, man. This is going to be the Saints and the Tennessee Titans.
Surprisingly, that was one of the games I had circled. I actually had it circled.
That one's going to be really interesting to me, man. Yeah. Titans and the Saints, man, because you have both these teams, and I think they're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
So to me, that's like why I circled it as like, this is going to be the game I'm going to watch. An early game at that. Tip-off's at 12 noon on CBS. So this is one of the games to watch. And I think you're going to be very entertained by it. While I don't see it, again, being a very high-scoring affair, I think it's going to be a very hard-fought football game.
Yeah. I circled this game because I'm more interested in the storylines here.
Yeah.
You went out and drafted 2 quarterbacks back-to-back years, Will Levis and Malik Willis. So Ryan Tannehill obviously is not that guy. But yeah, you're still starting Ryan Tannehill. Now, you went out and got DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. You still have Derrick Henry. Okay. This is getting pretty bad. What do we got here? Mark Avasa's next Tampa Bay quarterback going Dakota Rain Prescott. Tell him, Joe. Boodle trade Lance. All right. We're gonna get into
You're
that
right
later.
now on Trey Lance, bro.
We're gonna get into that later.
I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain.
We're going to get into that here. But then the Saints, I look at the Saints, man. I mean, no Alvin Kamara. He's on suspension. Kendre Miller is injured.
Yeah.
Leaves Jamal Williams, which it's a good fit for him. Derek Carr. You're getting Chris Olave. I think the difference maker is 2 guys. Jawan Johnson, tight end for the Saints, and Michael Thomas. I expect Michael Thomas to get a touchdown. He's going to be a really good daily fantasy play this week for me.
But you can never discount the Saints, man. There's one of these teams that no matter who they lose, if somebody's down on due to injury or what have you, suspension, they're one of those scrappy damn teams that always finds a way to win. And they play tough as hell, dude.
And that's why I'm going into my Our Lady of the Lake roots here, which is down the street from me. And I'm going with the Saints this weekend.
Oh man, I got to go with the Saints too. It pains me to say that because I like the Tennessee Titans, but I just think the Saints are going to be able to topple them, man.
I like the Saints this week. The Titans are, I don't know what the Titans are right now. I don't really know. And it sucks because I have Derrick Henry in a couple of fantasy leagues. And,
well, what they are is they're going to be playing in a new stadium.
Yeah. But the Titans are in shambles. It may not seem like it on paper, but they really are in shambles. They don't have an identity.
That's my boy JC's team. He's a ride or die Titans fan. He was a Houston Oilers fan, but since they moved the team to Tennessee, he became a Titans fan.
Isn't the Titans wanting to use the Oilers jerseys?
Yeah, they're going to use those throwback jerseys, man.
I hate that. I really hate
I think it should be the Texans using those uniforms, man.
You would think. You would definitely think. And then, okay, so Josh is saying new coordinator for the Ravens. Lamar hasn't played in a game since his injury last year. You know that actually, you know what? That does make, good points for me. It does. And the second, like I said, the Texans defense, I expect them to play really well.
Yeah.
But this is the way I look at it. You've got a rookie QB. And this is that first game jitter. This is that first game type thing. We've seen massively great quarterbacks in Peyton Manning have, shitty week ones.
You think a quarterback's going to throw up on the field before his first throw?
I don't think so. I doubt that happens. But I think what it is the fact that if he's gonna make a lot of mistakes, that defense is gonna get tired for the Texans of being on the field. So I just feel like as the points that you made, if you're believing the Texans are gonna win, believe they're gonna win. If they win, it's because CJ Stroud is actually playing a even game, not a great game, not a bad game, just an even game. He's doing enough to get the win.
I think they're gonna have to simplify the offense because it's gonna be his first outing.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, man.
That's what they have to do. And, Mario's right. Brandon did say the Saints defense will be solid the first 6 weeks. So, Brandon, you're on Mario's hit list right now because if they're not, he's got him in 3 leagues. He's coming after you because you did say the Saints were going to be solid.
Yeah, if they don't live up to the billing, you come looking for Brandon.
Yeah. Go looking for Big Poppy.
Yeah.
Like a Big Poppy, Brandon Medina, man. We got next. I know the Commanders game is next. What's it, the Commanders against?
Oh, no, the next game is going to be San Francisco 49ers against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, okay. Steelers, Niners.
But they're playing on the road.
Yeah,
with the Steelers.
So I'm taking the Steelers just flat out.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Steelers. The San Francisco coming to Pittsburgh. It's a cross. We know about those.
Who's their QB in San Francisco?
Well, Brock Purdy as the QB. But what I'm looking at is George Kittle's not exactly healthy. Christian McCaffrey, you have Deebo Samuels, you have Brandon Ayuk. But again, I don't trust, as much as Brock Purdy was the guy at the end of last year, I can't trust Brock Purdy just yet. The Pittsburgh's defense, it's the way it always is, man. It's stout.
The Iron Curtain.
It's stout. I love their defense this year. Kenny Pickett has shown improvement. He's shown that he can take the next step. George Pickens, you got Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris. Just give me the Steelers. I don't need to say much more about this game. I'm taking the Steelers over the Niners.
I'm taking the Steelers over the 49ers. The 49ers lost too much already, dude. I think they're just a team that, again, they're in shambles right now.
I mean, if you're talking about Trey Lance, they didn't lose much, man. I mean,
no, not that. But, some of the other players that they've lost already, they don't have a really good starting QB.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, their defense is always, up there. They're always solid. But as far as their offense goes, there's big question marks, you know? And this is going to be the first game that they're going to be playing behind a new QB against the Steelers.
Yeah.
Give me the Steelers all day, man.
Yeah, and, it's if everybody thinks losing Trey Lance for the Niners, just think about it like this. It's like when you go to the store and you get a sample and it tastes like shit, you just throw it away. That's Trey Lance. I mean,
you tasting that Hill Country Fare.
Yeah, I mean, well, Hill Country is better than Trey Lance. I mean, that's what a Trey Lance is. It's like he's the sample you didn't like, you just throw it out. That's all it is. He's not great at all.
Look at Joshua Jimenez. He's putting a comment out here.
What's up? It says the O-line is incredibly injured for Houston, which is going to be tough to get over. Texans offense will look horrible, but the Texans defense will show out. Offense is outplayed. Yeah, and that's what I said. If CJ can manage the game to give the defense enough time to rest, then the Texans have a shot with their defense.
Chris Gonzalez, he says, I think the 49ers and Steelers is the game of the week. Give me the Niners. I don't trust Kenny.
Who killed Kenny? That's South Park's question. We're going to find out, man. Another one. And I love it. I love it. I mean, San Francisco dominates Steelers, and I get that.
Joshua Jimenez making a bold statement here. San Francisco dominates Steelers. San Francisco is the real deal. He must be a fan. Must be.
Well, no. I mean, he's a fan of the Texans. He loves the Texans.
Oh, wow. So I guess he loves San Francisco, too.
I want to hear this. I got to hear this. I want to know, who are you taking? So the San Francisco 49ers, who we're running a poll, are they're making like Deshaun. They're getting up there.
Mario Cavazos, Kenny's little hand.
Oh, wow. That's San Francisco, can they go into Pittsburgh? Yes, they can go into Pittsburgh and win. They are capable. That defense with Bosa, I mean, they are capable of doing it. But it's that long trip, man. I don't care what anybody says. When you go from coast to coast, it really fucks with your head.
It does.
It fucks with everything.
It's just tired. You got jet lag.
It's jet lag. It's everything. Yeah. That is a real thing. People don't understand.
It sure is, man.
It is a real thing.
I went to freaking Maryland, dude. From San Antonio to Maryland. I left here, I think it was at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
By the time I landed over in Maryland, to go and see my niece graduate over the summer.
Yeah.
I went from 5. By the time I got over there, I lost an hour, so it was closer to 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I was tired, and it just seemed like I never caught up with sleep. Like I never really got adjusted while I was there. And then finally when I come back home, then I can go ahead and kind of let loose and catch up.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're always behind it, man. Like you're always tired.
Exactly. And that's what I said. That jet lag it's a real thing, man.
It is, man. It's an ass whip, man.
And people think, they're gonna land on Thursday or Friday, and then they'll be ready for Sunday.
It depends on what time they even land.
It takes a long time.
What time are they going to get up to get on their flight?
I mean, even if they're there now, that's fine. No, and that's what I'm saying. You're going 3-hour difference. You have to get used to the time change if you get there early.
Man, if you're going to Pacific time, dude, hell no, man.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So
hey, let me go ahead and play another ad read here, so we can go ahead and get into our next pick, which is going to be Cardinals and the Commanders. That's going to be interesting.
God, that's terrible.
You talk about toilet bowl games, man. I don't even think the dog would want to watch that one. So let's go ahead and play this ad read real quick. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. And Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting. They got the hardest concrete in the business, man. Make sure you give them a call at 210-774-9155.
They got the biggest and the best decks.
Yeah, that's what he's always saying. Always has to emphasize that. Always.
One thing for sure, man, is we're moving on to our picks here. Again, you can join the live show here with Joe and I, and you can make your NFL picks as we're making them too. Toilet bowl game of the week, man. Washington. And you know what? It's funny because you say toilet bowl, but this is actually a really good game for the Commanders. I'm not talking about the Cardinals.
Well, in all honesty, man, I was looking at some, scenarios here. We're going to talk about them a little later on.
Yeah.
Commanders were actually picked to be the fourth best team in the NFC East. And it's not a very strong.
No, we'll just make them last.
But come on. It's a no-brainer there. Who do you got? Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
They could be better than people are giving them credit for.
Better as advertised? I don't know, man.
It comes down to Sam Howell at the quarterback position. And they've got the receivers in Dotson and McLaren, Logan Thomas, and, he's going to have a bounce back year. Running backs, they got Brian Robinson and they got Antonio Gibson. But they got one thing that's going to make them better than what a lot of people are giving them credit for. They got one Eric Bieniemy,
Tim Gonzalez,
OC.
I'm taking the sexy hot cheerleaders this Sunday. Well, you can't lose with that mindset.
That's win.
I think that's who Menace is really going to be watching this week.
You know what? Let me put it out there to the people out there. Who has the hottest cheerleaders? Which NFL team is repping?
That should be a poll, man, that we run on Monday.
Yeah, the Deshaun Watson poll as the sponsored by
Deshaun Watson.
Sponsored by Rug and Tug Spa. Who has the best cheerleaders out there? That'd be a good one to do. Why are you shitting on Sam Howell? Come on. I give you credit for Riley Leonard. You can't give me credit for Sam Howell. Oh, Jesus, man. He's a Tar Heel. He's a former Tar Heel.
Well, who you got, man? Cardinals, Commanders.
Commanders. If I'm taking the Cardinals, it's because I'm drunk off my ass and I don't know what I'm doing.
That might happen on Sunday. You might change your mind
with that case of beer that I'm getting from the Bama game. Yeah, it could definitely happen from Chris Leah.
A drunk Rudy with the bottle in hand going live. I miss those days, bro. I miss those days.
Commander, I'm taking the Commanders. There's even really to talk about the Cardinals. James Conner's your only fantasy option in Arizona, so give me the Cardinals, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Commanders, man, over the Cardinals.
You have to. Bold statement. The Commanders make the playoffs as a wild card. That I am gonna stand on that soapbox with Chris Gonzalez.
Jeez.
I really am gonna stand on that soapbox. I can see them making the playoffs.
Really?
I can see.
You think they're gonna be better than the Giants?
Eric Bieniemy, Joe.
Do you think they're gonna be better than the Cowboys?
Oh God.
Dakota Rain Prescott.
You're taking Eric Bieniemy, the best offensive coordinator in the game, and he's in Washington. He's gonna have a field day out there.
Oh my God! Look at what you started, bro. Joshua Jimenez, Commanders' second best team in the NFC East.
Where's the lie? I mean, it could very well happen.
Look, man, the Cowboys got like the third toughest schedule.
Okay, but it's not the Commanders' fault.
It's not the Commanders' fault. Cowboys have the third toughest schedule. It's always going to be between the Eagles and the Cowboys to see who's going to run away with the NFC East. And more than likely,
in a Cowboy fandom mind, yes.
Well, the thing is that it's probably going to more than likely be the Eagles that are going to win that division.
More than likely, yes.
Yeah, not with convincingly, because every time they go up against the Cowboys, it's going to be who's going to show up. And, most of the time the Eagles are going to best the Cowboys. The Cowboys might win one game, and then you got the damn fans saying, "Vamos para la Super Bowl." Shut the hell up, man.
There's no Super Bowl.
There ain't no Super Bowl. I'm not dreaming Super Bowl as a Cowboys fan right now.
The closest thing the Cowboys get to Super Bowl is hosting one. That's it.
Yeah, true. They hosted. They're going to host one maybe over in Jerry World.
That's it. That's it. Now again, okay, the dude got Sam Howell, not Pat Holmes. I mean, there's only one Pat Holmes out there. I mean, you can't really do that. But look what Bieniemy was able to do with Alex Smith. I mean, he's been able to do some good work with other QBs outside of Pat Holmes. There's no Pat Holmes everywhere. There's only one.
Yeah.
I mean, so technically two, because there's Pat Holmes Sr. and Pat Holmes Jr. or whatever.
Well, we're coming up against it here, so we're going to move on now.
Yeah.
We have Green Bay in Chicago against the Bears.
I think Fields going to have a field day. And
New look Green Bay. Should we put new look Green Bay?
New look Green Bay. Hey, Jordan loves the real deal.
No, I don't doubt that. I'm saying it's going to be a
deal.
new look. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good game. This is one of the game of the weeks for me right here. Packers and Bears. Rivalry game. Give me the Bears for the win.
The Bears
only because Justin Fields, I think, is going to be a problem for them. So that's why I'm taking the Bears. But I can definitely see the Packers winning this one.
But no mames, man. You got your no mames comment of the day already, bro.
Cowboys wearing ring pops. That's possible. That's possible. Can we get a Super Bowl ring pop? You got to be able to do that somewhere.
It's probably going to be from 1990, 92, 93.
Yeah. I know. Was ring pops even around? Yeah, they were around back then.
They were around back then.
Yeah. I'm taking the Bears. Who do you take, Bears or Packers?
I'm going to take the Packers, man. I got to believe in the Packers.
All right. What do we got next? We got Broncos and Raiders.
God,
Raiders.
I'm still traumatized from the Broncos from last season, having to watch those dreadful Thursday night football games.
It won't be like that this year.
I'm just like, God.
I mean, you got Sean Payton there. He's already told Russell Wilson to quit being a little bitch.
Quit kissing the babies.
Man up.
Kissing the babies.
Quit being a little bitch and man up. So that's already a great thing there.
He kicked him out of his office already? You know he had an office set up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Russell Westbrook Inc.
Yeah. Oh, Wilson.
Russell Wilson, should I say?
Not Westbrook. We don't want to downgrade. We don't want to downgrade Russell Wilson that bad.
Russell Wilson Inc. He's running his organization. Yeah. He had a little office there.
Yeah.
Sean Payton came in there and he's like,
I'm taking the Broncos for all the good reasons. I think Wilson bounces back, and I'm
you
just
think so?
Yeah, I think it's a bounce back year for Wilson.
His decline was not good last season.
I was asked who has a better bounce back year, or what's more likely, Russell Wilson being a bounce back year, or Geno Smith taking a step back? That's a tough one. I think Wilson bouncing back is more likely than Geno Smith taking a step back.
Yeah, I think Geno's going to actually have a better year.
Yeah. The Raiders and their man-whore quarterback. Yeah, that is true. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo. Jesus. Is Jordan the new step daddy? Is Jordan the new step daddy? I can't really make that one out. I don't know where that's going off. What we got here?
Dolphins. Lord. Tim Gonzalez, 4 wins for the Packers this season.
Nah, they're going to win more than that. They're going to win a lot more than that.
I like that comment, though. Mario Cavazos, the Raiders and their man-whore quarterback.
Jimmy G. We got Dolphins and Chargers. Toss-up game, man. Toss-up game. I'm taking the Dolphins in this one.
Man, I'm going to go with Tua.
I don't like Tua.
I know you don't like
Alabama quarterback. I don't like
he said he's ready to scrap, man. He's ready to throw hands.
So he can get his, 90th concussion? I mean, that makes no sense. Why even
I think the brothers have maybe a couple concussions away from being out of the league, man.
His offensive line is bad, Joe.
He's going to be running for his life.
It's like that. I don't. You can't even compare it, man. It's like toilet paper.
The heart wants what the heart wants, Rudy. I'm going with the fucking Dolphins, man.
Well, yeah, and I'm going with the Dolphins. Of all things, I'm going with the damn Dolphins. Why? I like their defense. I think Tyreek Hill's going to, be that guy this weekend too. So just give me the Dolphins. If I take an L, it's going to be for this one. It's not going to be for Texas and Bama. I'm going to take the L for the Dolphins game here. What do we got next, man?
Oh, man, I don't even want to talk about this damn team.
Just give me your pick.
Just
give me your pick. Eagles and Patriots. Just give me your pick.
I don't even call them that. Pinche lechuzas cagadas versus the Patriots, man. I'm going to go with the Patriots just because I hate the fucking Eagles with the passion, bro. I can't stand the Eagles, and I can't stand the Eagles fans.
So a lot of people are taking the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots just out of spite, bro.
A lot of people are taking the Patriots, and not because of spite. They're just taking them because they really feel that with Bill O'Brien. Mac Jones is going to take another step up. He's going to be that guy. All the other stuff. Blah, blah. Give me the damn Eagles for the win, Joe. I'm going to shit all over Jerry World. Give me the Eagles for the win.
And I hope you get the shits on the weekend, bro.
I probably will. I'll have the shits because of my case of beer win. That's why.
That or you hope you get a sty in your eye.
No, don't give me that. Don't give me the.
I'm gonna put my brujeria on you, bro.
Don't give me the Kawhi Leonard treatment where I have the stink eye. All right, don't give me that. Don't give me the Kawhi Leonard treatment.
Dude. And you're gonna go to church on Sunday. No,
I will be
picking the Eagles.
No. We're going Rams and Seahawks. No, the Rams. No Cooper Kupp, obviously. Seahawks have too much firepower. Give me the Seahawks. Geno Smith, which is probably like 3 interceptions and like 4 touchdowns.
I hope Gio's not watching, man. You know how he loves his Rams.
Oh yeah. He actually took the Rams last night on the podcast. Yeah. So
big surprise. Big surprise there, man.
They're gonna go undefeated.
He's gonna die on that hill with his Rams, man.
Hidey high. Seahawks for the win. All right, wait. We're going to save the Cowboys.
Chris Gonzalez, fly.
No, we're going to go Monday night. Now, we're going to save the Cowboy game. Monday night is Bills and Jets. Rodgers making his NFL New York debut against the Bills. I'm taking the Bills, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Jets win.
You know what? If the Jets win this game, they're going to be spinning this on Monday morning. Aaron Rodgers.
Will be Tuesday. It's a Monday night game. So Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning, should I say? They're going to be saying that he's back.
MVP.
The Jets are for real.
The Jets are going to be that team in the AFC. I told you they beat the Bills. Yeah. It's week 1 overreaction is all it is. It's week 1. Again, you have another offensive line that is terrible. It's terrible. It's horrible. So hopefully he can stay upright. And if he does, the Jets have a chance. Give me the Bills. Now, speaking of week 1 overreactions, do you have another sponsor we got to get into?
Yeah, let's go ahead and play another sponsor here real quick. Serenity Manor is an events venue located at 14405 Old Bandera Road, across from Flores Country Store. Set in a historic building that is over 100 years old. You can have a baby shower, bridal showers, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, corporate events, weddings. There's an indoor and outdoor venue with a dance floor and a sand volleyball court out in the back, set under the shade of the trees, and there is beautiful lighting in the evenings. Serenity Manor is a very beautiful place that is very family oriented, and they have rotating Thursday nights. They have karaoke and game nights. They also have a bar that serves beer, wine, and margaritas. So after a concert at Flores Country Store, you can go over diagonal across the street, Caddy Corner, grab a beer, get away from the crowd, and check out the beautiful Serenity Manor. Yeah, so make sure you guys go and check out Serenity Manor. It's a great family-oriented place. Go ahead and grab a beer there, right across the street from Flores Country Store, and it's at 14405 Old Bandera Road in Helotes, Texas.
All right, we saved the best for last, Joe.
Oh Lord,
save the best for last.
You know what it is, dude. I gotta get ready for this one, man.
So we have America's team that hasn't been America's team for like 50 years. We have the Dallas Cowboys going into New York to play the New York Football Giants. Okay. The Giants, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones. You've got Jalen Hyatt there, who I think Jalen Hyatt gets in the end zone. I think he goes over the top this week and gets in the end zone. Going up against Dakota. Going against Tony Pollard. Going against CD, Brandon Cooks.
Micah Parsons
on the defensive side. This game is balanced. It's a good balance.
Don't forget going up against Dan Quinn, one of the better defensive minds in the game.
Where you put Dan Quinn, it knocks him down because you have Mike McCarthy. So it evens it out.
I'm talking about defense. I didn't say the offense.
I get
I already
that.
know what's going to happen.
But you know what? If your defense is stopping them, but your offense can't score shit, what the hell's the point?
That means that the defense is going to have to get a pick six or do something exotic there to go ahead and get you that win. Put points on the board.
And Tim Gonzalez weighing in. He says Daniel Jones, fellow Duke player, and he is a Blue Devil. Daniel's a former Blue Devil there. So I'm going this way. Do you want my pick, Joe, or do you want to go first?
No, you go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say, man. I want to hear this.
So I'm going to say it's a split series this year. Each team's going to win a game.
Okay.
I'm taking the ever so loving and beloved Dallas Cowboys for the win this weekend. I'm taking them to win. I don't know why, because I like New York in New York, but I really feel that they're going to get off to week 1 on a fast start. CD's going to ball out. I think Brandon Cooks is that difference maker this weekend. You're going to be riding high in Dallas. They're going to be answering the phones. Your week 1 winner, 1-0 Dallas Cowboys. Thank you for calling Jerry World. And it's going to be, man, it's going to be fiesta all over the state of Texas after week 1. We're going to hear Super Bowl talks. We're going to hear this. We're going to hear that. Pump the brakes. It's week 1. But for week 1, give me the Dallas Cowboys. And I like the 31-17 score because I've got it right around 31-24 this week. So the Cowboys for the win. I probably will never take them again, maybe a couple more times throughout the year. But give me the Cowboys this week, Joe.
You know how I'm going to talk about my fucking Cowboys, dude? This is what I'm going to be on Sunday. I talk the most shit about the Dallas Cowboys because I'm an avid fan, man. But at the end of the day, I don't care what my team does. I'm going to wear my colors proud, walk into that fucking sports bar and say, Puro pinche Cowboys, bro.
There you go.
It's time. It's time. And I'm picking the Cowboys over the fucking Giants, bro.
I did.
You know, we always go ahead and play the Giants, it seems like, on opening, weekend.
Yeah.
All the freaking time. It's always the Giants, the Giants, the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to end any different. I see my Cowboys winning convincingly over the New York Giants.
I like the Cowboys this weekend.
I'll probably be drinking a little bit too, so I might go live while I'm at the sports bar.
I would say do it.
You know?
Definitely do it. I'm definitely taking the Cowboys this week. I'm taking them this week. It's for the win. And you know what? What is your go-to meal? I mean, it used to be wings and pizza and burgers for me, and now I don't know, lettuce and whatever.
My go-to meal is ingesting whiskey and bourbon.
Yeah, probably so.
Shots all around because fucking Cowboys won. Dakota Rain Prescott. Put some respect on the man's name.
That is the reason why they'll never win a Super Bowl. Dakota Rain Prescott is the reason they will never win a Super Bowl. And if I'm wrong, damn it, Joe, I'm wrong. Who cares?
What if they just freaking blow the freaking Giants out of the water, bro? It's a shutout.
Again, I'm going to stay off social media because it's Super Bowl. It's this. It's that. It's week
Vamos para la
1.
Super Bowl.
That's
what you're going to hear.
1. It's
you know what?
1.
Everybody hates Cowboy fans because they're like, every time your team wins, they go on social media.
They're obnoxious.
Talking all that noise, and then when the team loses, crickets.
It's obnoxious.
But the same thing happens to all the Cowboy haters because all these haters are always watching what the Dallas Cowboys do. Yeah. They watch us more than they watch their own fucking team. Yeah. You got freaking Falcons fans. You got freaking was it Browns fans that are watching what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. And if you're watching our team harder than yours, hey man, we got room for you. That means you're a fan.
That's why they're America's team, Joe. They're America's team because America cannot keep them out of their mouth. They've got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And there's only one winner in Dallas when that happens. Jerry Jones. As long as everybody feeds into Jerry's ego, they're going to be the most talked about team.
You're going to have Jerry talking a lot of shit after this game. Well, this is the Cowboys' year. We're going to Super Bowl.
He's already feeling it. Now, what happens if they lose? Oh, my God.
Oh, he's going to make some excuses, no doubt.
Yeah, if the Cowboys win, the power grid's going to be on. It's going to be on lockdown because everybody's going to be partying and all this other shit.
And if the Cowboys win, Carolina's going to be giving Mexican wieners to everybody. A round of Mexican wieners. All around to everyone. Hey, man, speaking of that, bro, we showed this video yesterday, man. And when I was talking with CT on Tuesday, and it was a viral video that I saw on Twitter. I think it was on Barstool Sports. Yeah. And this girl did not just go ahead and get like a 12-inch long weenie and just like pop it in her mouth like it was candy, dude.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
I was like, what the hell did I just see, man? And that's how we got into that talking about Mexican wieners, the crispy dogs.
The crispy dogs, yeah. I remember those.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about. And then CT said that if she went ahead and opened a food truck, she would sell crispy dogs, and she would call it puro pinche wiener.
Well,
wow.
I mean, could get Deshaun Watson to be a spokesperson.
There you go, man.
Spokesman right there.
Hey, man, that would be a perfect guy, right?
Yeah, that'd be the perfect
Wear
guy.
that shirt into the freaking massage parlor.
It's like already playing in my head how these commercials would go. That'd be awesome, man. One last comment before we go here. Being a Cowboy fan, but a realist, if they win, I don't get high. When they lose, I don't get down. Exactly. It's Cowboy season.
They got to win the big game, man. They got to win when it matters most, and that's going to be in the playoffs or the wild card game.
I'm going to tell you, like I tell every Cowboy fan, I tell every fan every season when this shit goes on. The regular season doesn't mean shit. You can go, 15-2 now. You can go whatever. Doesn't mean shit if you don't win the big one at the end. It doesn't matter. The season is a loss.
Yeah.
So Mario's right. Keep that same mentality, man.
So before we bring the show to a close real quick, let's play our last ad read. J-Par Real Estate has been a proud sponsor of ours since day one. Check out Cynthia J. Sanchez. Her reviews can't be wrong because all of the people that she sells homes to, they give her 5 stars and say that she is prompt, that she is understanding, that she communicates well, that she calls back, that she answers questions correctly. And yes, they say that she is good at what she does. If you are in the market to buy a home, sell a home, whether it be a rental property, primary residence, or Airbnb, reach out to Cynthia J. Sanchez from J-Par Real Estate. Her number is 210-273-0748. She has 16 years of experience in real estate and is a former claims adjuster with USAA, so she knows what she's looking for when she's showing you those pre-owned homes. Give Cynthia J. Sanchez a call at 210-273-0748 for all your real estate needs. So there you go. Make sure you go and check out Cynthia J. Sanchez for all your real estate needs. If you got to go ahead and sell a home, buy a home, or even go ahead and get into a rental property, that's your girl. Give her a call at 210-273-0748. So, Rudy, that's about all the time we have for today's episode because Rudy's got to get back to work. I got to start my shift as well.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed talking NFL football with all of y'all. We greatly appreciate your continued support. And make sure you go and follow Rudy on Twitter. Where at, Rudy?
At Sweep the League. You can go find me there and argue with me there.
Yeah, argue with him. And also go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the podcast. They're doing great things over there. He's going to be releasing a live stream here soon. So that's going to be fun. We look forward to that, man. So make sure you go and follow him.
Sober live stream.
Sober live stream. Yes, sober live stream. But you'll still be entertaining. But make sure you can go check out Rudy. So make sure you check me out too on Twitter. I'm at 2 Shots Podcast. So for Rudy Campos Jr., I'm Joe Garcia. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Alamo City Podcast or Sportscast on the Alamo City Podcast Network. We'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out. Peace.
Right.